I'll never be able to make it perfect, but we're going to try and perfect what is here. This is all mildew from just moisture, and I think possibly some bleach might clean that off, but we're gonna do what we can to make that nice. But I don't want to replace it because that is the original top that George put on the car. This gold is bronze powder.
Yeah.
Is the way they made it. I can tell by the way it's stained from things sitting on it. It was bronze powder that you put in clear, and then you could paint it. And I have some of that original bronze powder. The quarters were extended on this car to accept those Packard taillights. You know, what you did back then is you wanted something that was different. You wanted it to be your own car. It was personalized is what it was. And so obviously they found the Packard taillights and they modified the quarters to accept that. It's French because they eliminated the chrome trim around it and made it look much more modern. And, you know, like I say, it was all about personalizing the car. So when you saw a car, you knew that was Jimmy. You saw another car, you knew that was Bob. It was a yellow paint job on it. And I read in one of the articles that when they painted the candy red on top of it, they had left that original yellow underneath and it wrinkled in a few areas. And that's why they put the graphics on the car. I don't know where it wrinkled and why they did the graphics exactly the way they did, but it was a way of fixing the paint job, because once it wrinkles, when it's a candy paint job and it's transparent, you can't just sand an area and repaint that area because it's transparent. The more red you put on, the darker the color would get. So you couldn't really fix it. You had to paint the car all assembled and together. So to fix what went wrong, they did the graphics. And it's really cool to see the way that Dean did the graphics and all the pinstriping on it.
Wow, this is just so cool to see the candy apple red and feeling like I'm washing my dad's car, and it's just pretty exciting. It's kind of hit you right in the heart, that's for sure.
You're asking me why it's important for me to help these brothers put a button on this story and kind of finalize it. It's not important. It's my passion. I want to do this. This is, you know, if I didn't have to work, this is what I would do full time. Just go around and find old stuff with history. And, you know, if it's an old car that I want to trick out, this I don't want to change. I just want to give it some tender loving care and bring back what it is. See how it's real thin there just from opening and closing it?
Painted the inside gold?
Just painted gold because I haven't opened the doors yet, but I'm guessing that the jams are probably gold.
Oh, on the
so
inside?
It'll be exciting to open it up and see what they are. Because you would have had to paint those at a different time, and everything else seems to be gold, but yeah, when we do get it open.
So they are a friend of ours.
Taking a picture of the badge, and I'm sending it to Joji Barris, George's daughter, because I've let her know that I'm looking at this car and that we're going to bring it to the shop and try and clean it up. And she has a lot of the history, well, everything that her father had. So she's going to go through and find out what she has on this car once I send her all the information on it. So it's exciting. The spare tire articulates so we can get this back, but it's got a lock for the trunk. We want to open the trunk. So is the key in the car?
I have the keys in the safe.
Oh, okay.
Want to grab
Safe?
it? Oh, go to
I
the
heard
safe.
safe.
So here's the file.
Oh, wow.
So here's the title, my dad's license,
Oh, that's fun.
some photos of when they, I believe, first had it done. And these are actually on these slides.
Oh, very cool.
So these are just some of the printouts of some of the slides. I got a slide viewer if you want to look at them.
That'd be fun.
And then here's the keys.
Oh, look at that. That's cool. It's important to the history of the car, but it's very cool because this is when it was first finished at Barris's. And you can see all the chrome being perfect and the candy being nice. And
When my dad passed away in 2012, it probably took us 5 years just to go through all the stuff that he had collected, and we found, you know, the slides in one area, we found, you know, some of the photos in another. It actually took me about, I searched long and hard to actually find the title to the car because he had it in another safe that we didn't have the combination to until we found his combinations. So, and then took my brother probably half a day to figure out how to get the combination to work on the right safe, and then we found the title to the car. So it's been a project just to gather all the information and get it all into one spot, but it's pretty exciting and a lot of fun.
that's fun.
Is that,
That's Dean.
yeah. There's my dad and my uncle in the car.
That's awesome. This is the difference between finding an old car and finding an old car with history. Not only is the car in great shape, but the history is here as well. So thank you for preserving it.
Absolutely.
It's really cool. This is all a part of what makes this car so special. Well, what do you think's in here?
No idea. Let's give it a go.
Well, let's find out. There we are. Well, we got an old magazine.
All right. Got some
We got-
road
we
flares.
got some road flares. Sealer, preservative.
Tire cleaner.
Cool magazine, hot rod. This is March 1962.
What is that? Oh,
That's a speaker.
that's what I thought it was.
Yep. Probably, it could even be a speaker from, no, it's not from a drive-in theater.
They painted the spare tire jack gold.
Everything, yeah, they would detail it.
What? What?
What's all this?
I have absolutely no idea. Like,
Why are you smiling?
I don't know what it is. I have
You really don't?
nope, no clue.
Brian says he knows.
Well, then he should tell the story.
Well, he told. Well, what story? What story is Brian
What
going
was
to
it?
tell us?
I don't know. Like, I really don't know what he's about to come up with.
I believe somebody, not me, was painting a model near the car in our youth, and it caused problems with Dad.
I don't know if I believe that story, but I was
Well,
pretty,
who had the model?
I used to model,
Yeah.
but I
Did
don't
you
remember.
build a C-3PO?
I don't remember.
Is that?
That would have been a traumatic experience for me, so I would have remembered if I. But
How,
you know,
how old were you?
well, I was born in '72. Star Wars came out in '77, so I'm guessing '79.
Okay. Probably the first time power's been through this thing, and that's actually making some noise. Got it. Cool. Pieces. Here's the fan belt we need. Here's the belt we need. It's just cool being the first one in here in 50 years. Everything was left just the way it was parked. Now we just need to clean it up and get it back on the road.
So the skirts that are go on the back of the car, we have
Right.
them, but I have no idea how they fit, how they go on, or anything.
There's probably a bracket inside that you would,
You wanna
would
take a
flip
look at 'em?
around. Yeah.
So here they are.
Yeah, see that bracket right there? this
Here.
has, I'll show you how it works. These would go on, they would get screwed on, but before you do that, you put these on and see how this is here?
Yep.
You flip this around, come out this way. This goes on the car. This is up inside the wheel well.
Okay.
And then when you bring this around, it pulls the top tight and you lock it by just pushing it in there.
I gotcha. Okay.
And that's held there. And this is holding the top of it tight. And then you've got a couple brackets here that screw into the bottom.
Okay.
Real simple. That would go right in there. And then when you push this in, it would lock in. Actually, it's got to come up a bit higher. That's the way they go on. And then the other two are just, they lock it.
Wow. Adds a little bit of character, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's better than I thought it would be. The fact that, you know, this is exactly what was built for your father and your uncle, and it's never been messed with. Really cool to see, you know, Dean Jeffrey's original work, George Barris's, and the guys in the shop that built this. You know, it's all original lead work, the paint work, the candy red. You know, when we put water on it and the sun was out, that color is gorgeous.
Yeah.
You know, I can see why everybody wanted that, because think of what red was before that. It was always kind of a tomatoey red.
Yeah.
But by putting that gold base down and then putting a transparent red over it, you got that life to it. And it's really cool. So this would have been like something coming from outer space when your dad and your uncle first got it.
They were pretty proud of it for sure.
Especially bringing it back
Yeah.
up here to Washington. Nobody ever saw anything like this up here.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. And I thank you for trusting us with, you know, bringing it back to life so we can take it to the auction and see where it ends up going from there.
It's going to be a fun adventure.
It's really cool.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We're going to bring her back to life.